You didn't scream this time. I thought you were gonna scream again. There it is.
I didn't know if you. I was trying to give you the floor, but then there was too much silence, and I was scared.
I was waiting
Well,
for the
hey.
scream.
Oh, okay, I got you. I'll keep you on your toes.
Oh no.
Well, hey, you know what? I'm very happy to be here for the sequel to Redditor Roger, Redditor Rocks.
Oh my god.
It
He was
doesn't have
holding
to
that one back
be.
from me. I was I was he told me before we started recording, "Hey, I got an idea for the chapter or not the chapter for the video title, like a pun we can do." I was like, oh, "All right, sounds good." And
There's alliteration, just like Redditor Roger. I mean, I'm
yeah,
just saying.
if we
You're
can
gonna allow me? Good.
I mean, that's good. I was
Yeah.
trying to think of some pun with rocks, but that's pretty good.
We can see how good he looks in a fedora for the thumbnail.
I'm very down to try that.
So, wow. Yeah, it really is crazy how Shockey actually has proven themselves as top one. I think all that's left really is to place Shockey in the flower room and just see how Emu reacts.
Yeah, I mean, Shocky top one. Like you can't really you can't really debate it.
Maybe
It
we
seems
topple a millennia old authoritarian government with the power of gooning.
that might be it. I mean, that seems to be what. Well, that's not Rox's only motivation, but it's one of them now. It's one of them now.
Yeah, dude, it's insane. Like Rox is like this mountain mover. This like
Yeah,
fucking. He's one of those. You learn about these people in school, right? Like these rare moments where like one person changes the fucking like zeitgeist of the world forever. Like, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Alexander the Great, Genghis Khan, Shockey with her pure sex appeal.
yeah.
It's insane.
And then Rox just
Well,
because of
the
Shocky.
funny thing, right? Because Rox is one of those people. He's like gonna be remembered for generations. And like, and now here he is at the end of this chapter, like, I'll open that pickle jar for you, madam.
Well, I I mean, you say that, but part of the thing is like nobody remembers Rox, right? Like he got scrubbed out.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But if that didn't happen, he would be remembered.
The authorities certainly do. I'll say
Oh
that.
yeah,
The
everybody
important people do.
everybody whose info wasn't scrubbed remembers him.
Yes. Well, it's like in Fire Force when they're talking about how, during the Cataclysm, when Victor comes to the conclusion that there are main characters and side characters, and the opinions of the side characters do not matter at all to
Yeah.
the movement of the world. It's pretty fucking heavy, but yeah, sometimes feels like that, doesn't it?
Sometimes that's the case, unfortunately.
So how are we feeling about Ulti's Kaido Snowman?
I was gonna mention the cover story. I didn't
Wow.
notice that. There's a Kaido snowman.
Yeah, that's what Ulti's making down there.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Who's that with her? Oh, that's page one down there too.
Yeah. He's you think Ulti would allow Page One out of her sight even for a second?
Very fair.
Yeah, no, so the theory here is that this grave they're visiting is like, at least the one I'm hearing is that it's Silver Axe. Because he
Um,
recently was in, because like either, because he has like a Wano aesthetic, and he was previously a hitman, and I could see him, of all the people, like being like, whoa, you're fucking up my homeland, excuse me, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I figured it was just. I don't know.
I think we're spending a lot of time on this. My assumption is that the next like cover story is going to be them walking away, and then the camera swivels and we see who it is. You know what I mean?
Possibly, yeah. I feel like the next one is the last one, most likely for Yamato. I don't know.
No way. I
At
would be very
40?
surprised. No, I don't think Oda cares about shit like that. I think it's gonna keep going. We need to see Yamato do her whole like trip around, and then we also need to see the inevitable like Yamato setting sail off of Wano. I think because she's definitely gonna leave.
Yeah, that I feel like we do need to see Yamato set sail. I think you're right. And I think it's gonna be
Yeah,
with the remnants of the beast, like her,
yeah.
all the scabbards she gathers.
Bro, she's gonna show up to the because like Yamato now, unfortunately for Yamato diehards, who which I wouldn't call myself a diehard, but I do like her. People that wanted her to like join the crew proper, I don't see it. I really don't see it happening. I think she's gonna be relegated to the inevitable moment in the final war where like every ally they've ever made like shows up to help. I think
Yeah.
she's gonna show up with fucking Page One and Ulti.
Yeah, I don't see Yamato properly joining, especially with the line at the end where Luffy. It's when they all show up because Luffy and Zoro and everybody didn't say goodbye. So
Mm.
Momonosuke, Kinemon, and Yamato all pull up on them at the shore, and Luffy tells the three of them as a group, "Hey, if you ever want to
Yes,
be pirates, let me know and I'll come pick
crazy.
you up." To me, that doesn't mean, oh, Yamato's joining. To me, that means, oh, they're all gonna come back as allies in
Yeah, they're gonna
whatever our
grant
battle
because
is.
now we have to distinguish between like Grand Fleet members and like main crew members. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like
I don't
all
even.
of these.
This is the crazy part. I don't even. I think the Grand Fleet's done too. I don't even think we're adding anybody else to that. I think that's
Hmm.
just the Dressrosa
I
boys.
think the I think the Grand Fleet is just essentially like I don't know the oil drip pan of the Straw Hat crew, right? Like people who want to help but like can't join the main crew. Honestly,
Well,
it
my thing
reminds
is
me of
like,
yeah.
go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's like the difference between acquaintances and friends. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
Luffy is all about people that he fucks with. You know what I mean? Luffy
yeah,
ain't like he's not out here like Don Krieg or like Blackbeard, like fucking like oh I'm gonna have you on my crew because you're talented or smart or you'll be a good asset. He's like I like your vibes. Hang with me. He
yeah,
wanted Chopper on the crew before he even knew he could transform. He was just like cool talking reindeer. Let's go. You
yeah.
know.
Well, isn't that the thing with
So
everyone?
like
Like, even before he saw Zoro's swordsmanship, he wanted Zoro. Even before he saw Nami's
yeah.
navigational skills, he wanted Nami. You know, he wanted Usopp before he saw him do anything. He wanted Sanji before he saw him cook. Like,
Luffy
it
was in search of a found family, whether or not
yeah,
he would admit that with words or not. Yeah.
yeah. I was
But
gonna
all that to
say,
say, right?
oh yeah,
I
go.
was just thought here. That's kind of the vibe I get with the Grand Fleet, right? They all were like, "Please let us join your crew," and Luffy's like, He's doing that like what the face, right? The
Yeah,
white people cringe face, the Odin cringe face. He's just like,
you're not passing the vibe check
ah,
right now.
you know, you guys are kind of fucking annoying, but I mean, and then Zoro's, I don't know, someone gets in his ear and is like, Luffy, it will be weird. We need more men. Like if you want to do the shit you want to do, it's like, okay, sure. Technically, you're part of the crew. No, just leave
I'll
me
allow
alone.
it. Yeah.
So
Um,
like that's kind of which kind of fucked up. Now, did he when he said y'all can join anytime? Did he said that to Kienmon, Momo, and who else?
and Yamato.
Okay, so he did give that to Yamato. Okay.
Yeah. He extended the invite to the three of them.
I would assume that means they passed the vibe check. So if
Yeah.
Yamato wanted to, yeah,
He also did tell Tama when she got older she could
yeah,
join.
Tama's gonna be assuming Luffy's alive. I'm still on that Luffy's gonna die bandwagon.
I don't know if Luffy will die, but that's assuming the crew doesn't disband in like a month when they get to after they get to Laugh Tale and solve everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah. I
or
guess I don't know. Maybe that would be too sad. But like for years, I've thought Luffy was gonna like die towards the end because like at least we don't it doesn't come up much anymore. But like in early One Piece, there was so much attention drawn to the fact that like every time he used one of these gears, some enemy would be like, "You're killing yourself." And then there was the
yeah. Well, even with Gear
poison, the
5 too.
Magellan shit.
Yeah. Even
Oh,
Gear
sorry, go
5
ahead.
too.
Yep. It's got this
Kaido
weird making him
mentions
old thing.
yeah, and
Yeah.
Kaido mentions, "Hey, you're killing yourself. Like you better stop." But then
Gear
Luffy
5 is actively snipping his telomeres shorter every single time.
yeah, but then Luffy says, "I don't care." That's and that
Yeah.
that dives into why I really like Luffy and Kaido's dynamic and like what that all represents. But that's getting into Wano. Uh,
To me,
I
to
don't want
me,
to
it
dive
feels.
too deep.
Oh, that's fine. To me, it feels like Luffy's like the what's the word? The lesson with Luffy towards the end is going to be like, yeah, he lived a short life, but he lived a fuller life than like 99% of people,
Well, yeah,
right?
exactly, and
Like he may
that's the
have
whole
died at like 25, but he fucking lived. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, that's the whole dichotomy with Kaido, right? Is Kaido doesn't understand that.
He got sad boy energy and he just drank himself silly in his castle every day after.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kaido's obsessed with vanity, basically. Like
it's starting to
a
become
death
so
of vanity.
clear. Like he looks at his days with rocks as like the glory days, and
Yeah,
oh, I was so young and happy back then.
yeah. Well, that's the whole thing is he looks at death as a vanity and not as like the natural conclusion, right? That's his whole
Yeah.
problem. But yeah, a lot of people I feel like don't understand that about Kaido is that he doesn't just want to die. He wants to die in a meaningful
Flashily,
way.
call up
Yeah.
Buggy.
Yeah, really. I mean, they're not that different. Um,
Oh my god!
I
All
can't
right,
wait
well,
for Mihawk to be like, Buggy, you could stop holding back, and then he like.
no, I'm telling you, please. I think if Oda doesn't do this, I'll be so mad. Okay, because like Buggy's entire shtick since Impel Down has been tripping into success, just
Yeah.
like in the most hilarious way imaginable. So like I don't know, somehow he needs to like awaken his fruit. I've heard this forever. It's just too perfect. Okay, he awakens his fruit. It's the chop fruit. What does the awakening do? It allows him to chop everything, even
Yeah.
an atom.
Oh my god.
He chops the atom.
I was gonna say.
Nuclear explosion.
I
Yeah.
want to see him. Yeah, I'm down for him to awaken because what I want to see is he chops the clouds and everyone acts like he split the sky with conquerors and they're like, "Oh my god."
That's so perfect. Oh my god, he's just like, yeah,
That's
he's clashing. Yeah. Him and Luffy have some stupid argument or something,
yeah.
and like, and then he chops the clouds. Like, okay. I'm picturing it in my head. He's like, Straw Hat, I need to have a word with you. And then,
Yeah.
okay. And they walk behind like a ship so no one can see them, right?
Yeah.
And then you just hear like a bunch of yelling, and then like the clouds split.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh my god, it's just like when Big Mom and Kaido clash.
Yeah. Granted, not my idea. I don't know where I've heard it before. I heard someone mention
So
it.
good.
I don't know where I got it from. I just want to be clear. I'm not trying to steal the idea.
I mean, I could see him going. I just want him to like. Inevitably, it'll happen. Oda's put so much like oomph on Buggy. Like he's gonna do something super important. There's gonna be some kind of like final battle where somehow, I don't know, Buggy's gonna give them like the edge they need to beat Emu somehow. Like it's gonna be like a stalemate between Emu and Gear 5th Luffy, and then Buggy's gonna like trip into the battlefield and distract Emu for a second.
It's gonna be something. It's gonna be something completely stupid.
In the best Oda way possible, though.
Yeah.
It's like turned around. Yeah. Like I always think about the fact that like, you know who was goddamn clutch in Marineford? Mr. 3.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, they wouldn't even have got Ace off that scaffolding if it wasn't for my boy Galadino, okay? I fucking love Mr. 3.
I love him too. I feel like this is such an underrated aspect of that whole saga. I love that he gets a character arc between Impel Down and Marineford. And like, at the scaffold when they're all falling and they're like unlocking Ace, he tells Luffy something to the effect of, "Would you laugh at me if I told you I was here to like avenge my comrade?" Right, as in Mr. 2. And Luffy says, "Of course I wouldn't laugh at you." And I love that moment for them.
So good. To me that shows it's Oda's genius. You know, the fact that he's able to, because I came into One Piece like a lot of people did, right? They worked their way through the big three, right? And a lot, at least for me, I got to One Piece last because it's the most out there. It takes like a leap of faith to get into, right?
Yeah.
Bleach, Naruto, they have like that edgy edgelord shit that you're looking for when you're like a teenager, you know? So I watched through Bleach, I watched through Naruto, and I'm getting into One Piece. And the thing that I noticed the most from Bleach and Naruto is this, and Dragon Ball Z for that matter, is this like crippling problem that every shonen had up to that point that I had read, which is where the side characters just get completely sidelined by the end of it, right? It becomes the Goku Vegeta show, it becomes the Naruto Sasuke show, it becomes the Ichigo and the Captains show, right? But like I was just so thrown aback at how he gives everyone something to do. I mean, the fact that like Usopp and Thriller Bark, it has an opponent that only he can beat. I was just so happy about that. And all that to say, whenever I see, like wall scrolls, like anime wall scrolls that you see at like conventions.
Yeah.
There's like a famous one I see all the time where it's that moment where Luffy is like coming off the scaffolding with Ace, and there's a bunch of fire surrounding them because he just got the sea prism off, so he's turning into fire. And every time I see that, it just makes me laugh so much because he looks so out of place, but it's Luffy, Ace, and Mr. 3. And it's just every time I see that, it just reminds me how good Oda is at like, oh yeah, you didn't think Mr. 3, fucking random villain from like one of the earliest arcs, actually was like MVP here. It's so cool.
Yeah, he's great at keeping everyone not only relevant but also having a meaningful arc to them, which people have complained in recent times about the Straw Hats not getting as much. Which
the time skip was a little rough for them, but I think we're coming back into it.
Well, I think we're definitely coming back into it full head with Elbaf, but also Wano had a lot for a lot of the Straw Hats. Even ones people shit on in Wano, like Chopper and Usopp, I think had moments. You know.
Yeah.
Um,
I think what people forget is that Oda set up what is essentially a massive B plot that had to be fulfilled before he could get back to, like, from Punk Hazard to Wano.
yeah.
There was this law was like, hey, you want to have an alliance to take down an emperor? And he's like, yeah, sure. And then you blinked, and that was the next 10 years of One Piece. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's just kind of how it goes. You know what I mean? Like now that that's fucking over, it feels like pre-time skip One Piece again. It's like, oh, we're focusing on the Straw Hats, and the plots are a little smaller in scale. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I want to loop this back to the cover story
Oh, okay.
because I don't want to spend too long talking about all over the place with One Piece. We do got to keep it somewhat focused, I think. Um, yeah, I don't know who they're praying to. We'll figure it out, I guess.
It's got to be, to me, Oda has been doing a thing recently where the cover stories align with what's happening in the. Oh, I got a cough. I'm sorry.
You're good.
I'm muted. I was like trying to get through that sentence. The cover stories have been like aligning with what's happening in the main story a lot more often recently.
Yeah.
And we just got introduced to Silver Axe, right? And Silver, and I'm stealing a lot of this from Tekking, to be fair, but Silver Axe, he kind of came out of nowhere. He just like walked up and he was like, hey, I want to join. It feels very much like someone who isn't super like committed to the cause, but more like just some people even were wondering if he's like a double agent for some other organization. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of things that could go down here. But all that to say, of everyone I've seen on the Rocks Pirates, if we're going to make the assumption that it's someone relevant, because again, Oda's spent a lot of time on this particular area here. Because I go back to the last time we saw this, it was like a certain hero who was born in Wano, left Wano, came back to Wano, defended Wano. It's just like there's a lot of detail for it to not matter, in my opinion, right?
Yeah.
So to me, if we're gonna assume that it's a relevant character that's just been recently introduced, Silver Axe, and we see this in this chapter too. Silver Axe seems a bit more like normal and not insane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he seems. I could see him being like, Rocks disbands. He's going about his life, and he hears, oh yeah, you remember Kaido from that crew you were in? Turns out he's just like fucking raping your home country, just fucking destroying it. Like what? I could absolutely see Silver Axe being like, excuse me. Yeah, I can see it.
I think that's possible. I'm kind of just leaning towards it's a Wano specific character. Personally, I don't think
Someone
it's
that was already met or a new character.
either or. I think it's just it could tie into the Rocks thing, but I feel like that's not what Oda's building here. I feel like this is more building Yamato and Yamato's crew, quote unquote.
I don't think that it's something that's going to be delved into massively. I think it's just going to be another one of those like cool little details, like with the timeline he likes to do. I think it's just going to be like, oh yeah, it was.
I can see that.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. Just like, why focus so much on it if it's not important? That's just my thing.
That's felt like a lot of this cover story to me, to be fair. But also, I'm not the biggest Yamato fan. I agree. To be clear,
Yamato took the internet by storm because we thought trans representation, but then we were looking past the trans representation we had all along, which was Kiku.
yeah. I still don't know how to place Yamato in that regard. I don't even try. I
like the dynamic of it's kind of got. It's got cuck written all over it, doesn't it? like fucking like Luffy like befriending the daughter of like the villain he's fighting. Like I love that. That is a fun dynamic. Like, yeah, fuck you, Kaido. I'm hanging with your daughter.
And it's kind of obvious in hindsight Yamato wasn't joining just of the pattern of crewmates joining, where you always meet them at the beginning of an arc.
They weren't.
And with Yamato, with Yamato it was, hey, here's this big important person 2/3 through Wano, and they're joining, by the way. It's like, what?
Was it you that said you think they might have been like an afterthought, like a last second addition?
I do, yeah. I don't, because there's nothing strange that ties Yamato to Wano other than Kaido.
Yeah.
Like, if Kaido, let me put it to you this way: if you remove Yamato from Wano, what threads get broken?
Literally, bro. Like she was doing busy work the whole time. She distracted Kaido while Luffy was recovering, and then she dealt with the fucking big flamey ball that Kanjiro made.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's my thing. I think there's a lot you can read into with Yamato in terms of theming, I think. But as, like, plot character point, what is accomplished by having Yamato that
I
couldn't
completely
have
agree.
been
Which is so
otherwise.
weird that like there's like three separate moments during that arc where Yamato's like, "Yup, I'm definitely joining your crew," and then like she tells the crew, "Hey, guess what? I'm joining you. Wow, nice to meet you. I'm the newest member." And then like randomly, it's like it's very strange. Like I don't understand the decision to like debate like that.
I just yeah. I could get into my gripes with
Yeah.
Yamato all
Let's get
day,
into the
but
chapter. Let's get into the fucking chapter.
yeah, yeah,
So okay, so let's start off with we're stealing from a philanthropy organization, except they're also corrupt, so it's okay.
yeah. They're also evil, so it's fine.
Please, that money's going towards little babies and puppies. It's like, yeah, okay. Ah, fuck, they don't believe us. All right, you pull out the artillery.
It's like we're sending it to the poor children. Oh yeah, then why didn't you send it yet? As they're stealing it.
We're just checking on it, We're just. Oh,
I do
my
like
God.
seeing the dynamics of a bunch of the Rocks pirates just like bickering and fighting with each other. And
Yeah, it feels like
throwing
this
bombs.
scene was at. Yeah, because I was thinking about this scene from like a what is it necessary perspective, because I know Oda's he's on a time crunch, but like what I like about this scene is it really didn't have to be here. It is exactly just to give us a glimpse of the Rocks pirates kind of like dynamic as they go out and do their little jobs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which I think is awesome.
Me too. I agree. To me, it brings me great joy that Oda doesn't, because there was a period of time where Oda felt like he was rushing through certain arcs, and it just hasn't felt like that since Egghead to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which honestly, looking back at it, I almost wonder if he did feel like he bit off too much or more than he could chew in Wano, because the vibe I get with some of those Wano sections where you would get like tiny panel, 16 different like subsections in each chapter. You know, it feels to me like Oda was just like, fuck, I want to get to the final arc so bad, and I have all this shit ahead of me.
It did feel like that a little bit. The raid felt bloated, but it is what it is.
Anyway, all that to say, I'm glad we're here. He's been cooking ever. You can tell he's been waiting to do this arc for years.
He's been waiting to get to this rock stuff for. This felt like he's been waiting to get to this shit since Wano.
Rocks was first dropped. The name was first dropped right before Reverie. And just to tell you, I moved out of my parents' house in like 2018, 2019. And that it was like one of the first chapters I read in my very first apartment. And since the moment where Rocks was first introduced, I've gotten a girlfriend, I've moved like 4 times, and I've bought my own house.
Yeah. Insane.
It's, I mean, the raw, steely iron patience and will that Oda has is fucking crazy.
I mean, it's been roughly, 6 years?
Or
longer than that. 7 since 2018.
7, yeah. Because I remember the last chapter I read when I still lived with my parents' house was the finale of was the finale of Katakuri Luffy. That was such a good, 895, such a good fucking
Still one
chapter.
of my favorites.
Excellent. All that to say, let's get into this, right? So I'm happy to see, because I was wondering for a long time, whenever Oda brings characters that originated in movies into the canon, I'm always curious how he's going to do it, right?
Yeah.
We have the Uta situation, where Uta is kind of somehow canon from that, one moment where Shanks is like remembering the next generation, the children, right? So we don't really know what happened to Uta in canon One Piece, right? He remembers her as a child. Did she die as a child? You know what I mean? It's strange. So with Shiki, my thing has been like, does Shiki have the float fruit in canon? And
it seems he does.
As though, and I'm so happy about that, because like, to me, one of the things, if I remember correctly, he was mentioned in canon as a tie-in to that movie around the time Impel Down was happening in the manga, right? Because like, wasn't he mentioned in canon as like the one guy who escaped Impel Down before?
Yeah, he was mentioned as that, and then Oda wrote Chapter 0 as well, which has like a bit more of a focus on him.
That's so cool. I'm just happy that he does canonically have the float fruit, because to me, I like the idea of that Impel Down escape being canon, because but then again, he has his legs. Because wasn't that the whole thing in the movie that he chopped his feet off to escape?
Well, yeah, but that's because his feet were chained up.
Oh, wait, yeah, this is before that, right?
Yeah. So he had the fruit before it, and he could fly. Then he gets locked up eventually, cuts his legs off, and flies out.
Perfect. It all fits. It's all canon. I love it. The Flobo fruit is crazy OP, right? He doesn't have to do any bullshit to fly, right? Like, Doflamingo has to wrap his strings around the fucking clouds, and, you know, I don't know, fucking Buggy has to have someone hold his feet. Like, motherfucker can just fly, like Superman.
Yeah, even Kaido, as a dragon, has to create clouds to step on. Because technically he doesn't just fly.
Well, that's the thing. Have you seen the I don't know if it's an SPS in an interview where Oda said, like, he didn't want to make too many flying powers. Like, that was, like, a big prerogative for him. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember. I think he even said, like, I think he even said specifically about Shiki that he didn't want to give Shiki, like, if Shiki wasn't going to be focused on in this movie like this, he wouldn't have given Shiki the float fruit. He would have made something else.
Yeah, well, it's such a smart idea because, like, you know, you don't want to make sailing useless. If every character could fly, why would you sail? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, it wouldn't be a pirate manga anymore. So, yeah.
Which,
anyway,
by the way, I think that's a great thing he's kind of capitalizing on now with the Gods Knights who can teleport with the Abyss thing. And it's great that he gave that to the antagonists specifically, and not...
Oh, dude, yeah. Oda waited. He did the smart thing, right? Like, this is how you do it, right? You wait to blow your load till the very end. It's such good escalation. Like, I love it.
Yeah, it's great. Good stuff.
Okay. Yeah, so, you know, you have Shiki doing some fucking, like, Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner shit. It's just like, oh, are you guys still down there? Throws, like, Looney Tunes style bomb that, like, in no way would ever kill them. You know, these guys are, like, superhuman. It's just a fuck around, I suppose.
He's literally just messing around.
Yeah, and we also get confirmed here, because I know people were wondering, that Whitebeard does have the Gura at this point. Because I know people were wondering when, we didn't really know up until this point when he had it, because in this whole flashback he hadn't used it yet.
Yeah,
so
but he's got it.
Good confirmation. Yep. Let's see here.
Also, I do want to shout out the page with the big earthquake bending Whitebeard's doing. If you look just below that, you see Big Mom falling, right? Oh. Look right above her head. You see Zeus there, little baby Zeus.
Oh, goodness. I really thought, I was so used to my 100 Girlfriends reviews, I thought you were about to, like, cop the upskirt of Big Mom for a second there. Like, I'd like to point out that we almost see Big Mom's big pussy.
You're gonna have to get used to it. I'm gonna call out the cute stuff. I see Zeus, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, Zeus, yeah. You don't know that you're gonna be... That future Straw Hat Zeus.
I was just about to say, that's the 11th Straw Hat, for real. That's...
Oh my god. Zeus has, like, God Valley knowledge.
Oh my god. Wait, you're right.
Wait a minute.
This is never gonna be brought up, by the way. This will never be addressed.
No, I think it'd be so much funnier if, like, the Straw Hats get to a point where it's, like, for some reason integral for them to, like, know stuff about this. Like, I'm trying to think, do the Straw Hat, because on the mission the Straw Hats are going on, is anything that happened at God Valley important for them to know? They wouldn't really care, would they? Other than maybe Robin would care, I'm sure.
Unless anything about God Valley is tied to Laugh Tale, then no.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe there's a situation when Luffy finally meets, like, his dad, right? And, like, so, and the revolutionaries are like, yeah, if only we could just figure out what was on God Valley. And then Zeus is just like, oh, I know.
Yeah, what? I was there. I saw everything.
And we get, like, the fucking face, like, the Eneru face fall from Dragon.
from everybody. They're like, what? He's like, yeah, Big Mom was, like, 60-something. Of course I was there. And they're like, oh my god.
Oh, dude, that would be so fucking funny. Oh god. Okay, so do you want to jump around or try to go in order? Because I got things to say, but it would be jumping around.
I mean, we're just going in order. They're all bickering, they're all fighting, laughing at Shiki or whoever, and that's fun. Then the Navy shows up, and this is a line that caught my attention, and I think probably some other people. Whitebeard says, did someone leak our plans?
That's kind of where people are thinking, because the way Silver Axe joined the crew is so random. He just, like, walked up, like, yeah, I'm looking, you know what I mean? It's just, And then the other, this is, like, super far out there, but Tekking noted that Silver Axe kind of looks like Zephyr from the movie.
Kinda, yeah.
So Tekking was like, what if he is a fucking, like, double agent from the Marines? Like, but yeah, that's out there, obviously.
My initial thought is it's Wangji Ochoku, whatever you want to call him,
Oh
because he
yeah, because
eventually
he does
rules
end up being in charge of that island. Yeah.
Yeah, something tells me he's in it to just take the island for himself.
You know, yeah, I mean, even in this, he's like the, get the money.
Yeah, we
He's
gotta.
like in. He looks like he's like in charge almost of like the money stealing part of this.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. But
Mm.
I'm sure whatever the answer is, it's fine, satisfying.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not super invested in who the traitor is, to be honest with you,
Yeah,
at this moment at least. Oda's done so many fucking traitor plot lines. It's kind of a crutch for him, honestly. Like, he doesn't too much, I think.
yeah. But I'm fine with it. It's cool. There's a traitor in the Rocks Pirates. Makes sense. I figured, if anything, they'd all be traitors at some point.
Of course, yeah. None of them give a fuck about like they all. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, they all don't care about rocks. They all are in it for the. It's the exact same way that when Aokiji and Blackbeard had their talk, and like Blackbeard truly carrying on his father's legacy, right? Blackbeard
Yeah.
was like, "Hey, man." You don't gotta like me. None of us like each other. We're all just like advancing our own personal goals and ambitions in this
Yeah,
group. Right?
exactly.
So yeah, it's the same vibe. Like, so I mean, like I imagine Rox would expect a traitor. In fact, he'd probably be disappointed if there wasn't a traitor. He'd be like,
I was gonna
what did you get all soft on me? Shoot me, motherfucker!"
Yeah, I was gonna say he'd probably be like, "Well, you're betraying us. What the hell? Yeah, man, I'm surprised he didn't do it sooner. Let's go."
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, I'll beat you.
Yeah.
You will die. But
yeah.
oh my God. All right.
So we also get this is only like 2 years after they formed.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. No, he fucking and this way that his sword blow moves, right? It really is just like a cannon moving forward. Like, is this just like pure hockey and air pressure? You think?
I mean, I think it is. I don't think he has a fruit
Yeah.
yet because
I think it's better if it is, because I think a fruit would kind of take away from it, in my opinion.
I honestly hope that like well, obviously Roxas conquers right for sure, but I honestly
And
hope this is
advanced
like
conquerors. And,
yeah I honestly hope this is just like more armament than anything. I think that'd be cool if it's like a I don't know just pure.
I just solidify a ball of armament hockey and fucking bat it like a.
Yeah, just smash the shit out of people with it.
Makes sense to me. So let's talk about this. Here we are with Harold, and I love this because it's just so real to real life, right? Like, how often does someone just want to do the right thing, but because of petty things like borders, you can't? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot. If we want to go really into some like current events, like the Gaza Israel or Palestine Israel thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you have doctors trying to get in there, and like oftentimes they're getting stopped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because these people are on this side of the imaginary line we made up, and these people are on this side of the imaginary line that we made up, right? So it's really cool to see this because here you have Harold, he's like, well, these guys brought us food. I just want to help return the favor. And he's like, no, they're not human though. They don't pay the tax. Look, I can shoot this woman. And like something I like about this too is like these people that are evil like this, even in real life, they're so like almost what's the word over here? Like psychopathically confident, right? Like
Yeah.
look, here he is in front of King Harold as just a dude with a pistol, right?
Yeah.
And like what I gather from this scene is like he is so in it, he's so in deep, he's drunk the Kool-Aid so hard that he can't even comprehend why anyone would be mad at what he's doing, right?
And
like
it's also,
that's how in deep. Yeah.
It's also he's so like he considers his own position so unshakable. He's not even worried about being attacked. Like he's surprised when Harold jumps up and attacks him.
That's exactly what I'm saying, right? Like it's this government has been in power for so long that they just can't even comprehend why anyone would like want to overthrow them or why anyone would disagree with them. Or like we are the law type shit. You know what I mean? And it's to the point where like they don't even question what they're told. You know what I mean? Like anyone with a heart would be like, wait, you're telling me this country doesn't pay the fine so you can just kill them? Like anyone with a heart would be like, well, that's psychopathic. But he's told that by his higher ups, and I mean that's literally how it happens, right? Like this is how you get people to be okay with enslavement or killing other people. You dehumanize. You say, well, they're animals. They're not humans. It's fine. Oda's always been so good at this politics thing, man. Like I love it, and this is what makes King Harold so cool, is that he's holding on to that heart You know,
Yeah.
he's trying to get into world politics to better his country and his people, but he's also and you know, and then we have a line right after this that I love the nuance here, where he's like, you know, Rox is trying to do the like, ah, see, they're all pieces of shit, and he's like, man, there's plenty of great Marines, right? And the fact that like all these bad experiences he's had with them, he's able to still be like nuanced and be like, listen, man, the average Marine is helping people. I've seen it. They're
Yeah.
good people. It's a bad system. And you know, so and it really mirrors the exact thing that like Garp does and a lot of the admirals have done, where they think like, if I just get high enough in this system, I can change it from the inside. But it's then they get up that high and they find out it's so entrenched that they can't, and it's like depressing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, you get that high up and then you realize, oh, I actually have even less stuff I can do up here. You know?
Yeah, because once you're that powerful, you kind of are a threat to them. So they consider you even, they put you even on even more of a leash, right? It's the whole reason Garp didn't become an admiral.
Yeah. He didn't want to serve the Celestial Dragons directly as an admiral.
Yeah, and that leads really well into Rox being like, Garp, that guy hates the top brass. He'd be better off as a pirate. Love that. I love that Rox has this ability to like respect people, even if they're like his opposition, right? Like,
Yeah.
no doubt Garp has clashed with Rox a bunch of times. And for him to be like, oh yeah, Garp, that guy's a real one, bro. I love Garp. I can tell when I lock eyes with him, and I can tell he fucking hates his job.
That's part of what makes me think Rox really doesn't respect Eam, like to any capacity, which is
that's what
pretty
makes me
crazy.
wonder what does he want to do with world domination, right? Like, what is it just for out for himself? Because to me, if you don't respect Eam, then you gotta not, I don't know, right? How do I put this? Okay, so Eam, he's in charge of the world, but he's not really doing much with it. He's just got like his people keeping some sort of stability, and he's chilling, right?
Yeah.
So like, what would Rox do that's different? You know what I mean? What does Rox want out of the world? I'm very curious.
I'm very curious to know too. I think it's got to be something more nefarious than he lets on, but he definitely wants something.
Do you think he's like an uber libertarian? Like, just ultimate freedom for everyone, except for, you know, unless you cross me, of course.
I think so. I think he's more. I don't know. I think he's just total more full anarchy, like Blackbeard, right?
Yeah. Well, that's. I mean, I don't know. I guess I consider anarchy like very extreme libertarianism.
Yeah, I guess in a sense.
Right, because like no rules, no structure, no governments. You know,
Yeah,
right?
I guess yeah. If you want to go like very extreme, like.
Oh, dude, have you ever seen that? One of my favorite videos of all time. There's like a libertarian like convention or conference, and there's like a debate happening up top with like 5 different politicians. They're all like uber libertarians. All of them are insane, and there's like one normal guy. And this is real, by the way. It's not like a skit. Where you know they're debating like if driver's licenses should be a thing, and and you know, so they're like, oh yeah. This is what uber libertarians are like. They're like, a driver's license to drive my own car. What's next? A license to toast in my own damn toaster. That's like a real And then it like cuts to the fucking like normal guy, and he's like, I don't know, guys. I think like proving some level of competence before you get into heavy machinery is probably a good thing. And everyone's like, boo.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy, very extreme example, but yeah, that's what Rox feels like.
Eam out here fucking making currency and shit. I just want to steal shit if I want it.
You're telling me I need a license to walk up here in the Holy Land? Like, come on, man. It's like this is a BS.
Yeah, I'm so curious what I guess that is what I need to know, right? What drives him? Like we kind of jumped in with him already doing all this shit, right? What motivated him to
that's
come
the
to this
crazy
point?
part is he went to Eam alone. He didn't have a
Yeah.
crew.
Bro, that's fucking insane. He's a
He
psychopath.
did that by himself. That's
Yeah, and you know
wild to think
what
about.
else that says, by the way, is that he is not afraid to die. Like he probably
No.
expected to die. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or at least, like, after seeing Eam, he was like, oh, I shouldn't know any of this. I'm gonna be killed. Like,
Yeah.
something like that. But,
I'm sure he factored it into his calculation. Like, you know, I'm not planning on dying, but it could happen, you know? Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, I mean, like, we just gotta know what his drive is here, right? And I love, too, that, like, you know, Harold, So, what do you make of him shaving his head? Like, is there deeper meaning behind? Because they mentioned, like, what is this, like a cultural thing? Is there deeper meaning to it? Is this like him entering his like dark arc? Because he's like, I've seen shit. I don't even know because he still seems normal. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I don't know
It's
why
a
his
weird.
I don't
Yeah,
know why his
good.
hair would matter to that. Is my thing because he doesn't shave like his beard or anything. It's just his head.
Yeah, and it's the fact that it's like pointed out, which makes me wonder what, like, why? You know what I mean? Is there
There's
like a
something to
important?
that. I just don't really get it. I assume like what Rock said is just kind of what we're supposed to take at face value is what it's for, but that feels off to me. That doesn't feel like the
Yeah,
full
yeah, it
picture.
does. Yeah, I agree. And keep in mind too, like all this is happening. The chapter ends with the government making the ultimatum, like, okay, you have to kill rocks if you want in the government. And but we still have like
We know that
20,
doesn't
30
happen.
years. Well, we also still have like 20, 30 years until he gets killed, right? Like Harold.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so like there's a lot more to Harold's life post Rock's dying, right?
yeah,
So and we know, and we also, yeah, like you said, we also know Elbath still is unaffiliated. They're
yeah.
not part of the government. So
And they
clear,
didn't.
and
They also didn't
good.
kill Rocks. Garp and
Yeah,
Roger defeated him.
yeah. And we
Assumingly
also
either,
have
assumingly
good.
either they killed him or the Marines took him and killed him or whatever.
Yeah, and we also have uh the God's Knight saying like, "Oh, Harold, if only you didn't fuck up in that crucial moment," right? So
Yeah, right.
I'm assuming there's a moment where something happened because like, and that leads us nicely into this, right? Which, and I love this conversation with Garp, Sengoku, and Osuru, where they're and Kong, even though he's never done anything. That's kind of like a big meme in the community, like Kong, do something.
Yeah,
But this is like real. This is a real politics heavy chapter because here you have like, hey guys, the fucking Giants could be on our team. Like
yeah,
we could right now we could make that move and have them on the Marines and the world government side forever. But someone is being fucking stubborn, and clearly I imagine it's something to do with Emu, something to do with the elders, just like being real, I don't know, about it, right?
yeah,
And like I imagine that comes from a bit of prejudice from the fact that we know that the Giants were definitely on Joy Boy's side in the Void Century, right?
yeah,
So the vibe I get is Emu's like, nah, not trusting them again, no siree.
yeah. He's like,
But
never
yeah.
again.
So what's interesting about it's really interesting because you do have an interesting scenario here where you have Rox desperately making this plea to like, come on, Harold, lend me you and your whole army. We'll fucking literally take over the world, and they probably would be able to, right?
Yeah,
And this is a running theme all the way back to Whole Cake when Big Mom was like, if I got the Giants, I would have been queen of the pirates by now, right?
yeah,
So like the Giants are the fucking like important piece on the board here, and you have the Marines. Like, if we could just stop being little bitches and just let him into the government, we're set. And they're all like, yeah, I agree. It's not my call.
yeah. Well, also even like Punk Hazard really jump started this, right? Because that's like
Yeah.
Caesar was not only doing it for Big Mom but also for
Right.
Kaido too. Because Kaido
Right.
also wanted the numbers.
Didn't the government also was the government involved in the make people bigger experiments he was doing?
I
Or was
believe
that
they
just
were with Vegapunk, but they kind of
Okay.
they kind of just dropped it.
Yeah, I mean,
And then
I would
Caesar
imagine
picked it up.
every side would be interested in making themselves some, fake giants.
Yeah, right. Which I believe I think they tried to do with Vegapunk and it didn't work out.
Oh yeah.
Caesar just kind of stole that research and
Yes, that sounds familiar. Okay, cool. Ida continuing to be one of Oda's. She's just so goddamn charming in every panel she's in.
she's great.
I really like, well, if he was my kid, I'd say choose your friends wisely. As in, like, stop hanging out with this international terrorist, please, my husband.
Yeah. But clearly, like Harold knows Rox isn't. Well, I don't want to say Rox isn't a bad person. He's got some skeevy qualities. He's not like he's not the ideal, but
I don't think we should forget that the first thing he did when he showed up to Elbath was beat the shit out of his son.
yeah,
And
Rox
then
is definitely not a paragon. He's
Harold doesn't know about that too, by the way. Keep that in mind. Like, no one ever told him because
that
Loki's
Rox
too
did it.
loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, that's something that like if that got dropped, I imagine it would change his whole demeanor with Rox here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it definitely might. Might it would.
Joke's on you, I hate him too. Beat him up again.
That's the other thing too. It really feels like Harold's neglecting Loki even more.
Oh yeah, dude, for sure. I think that's intentional. Yeah, I mean, like again, like I can't get over that last chapter where the fishermen are like, yeah, we almost let him die, and then it took Ida to be like, excuse me, and then Harold's like, oh, I don't know, Ida, he was kind of being a prick. Maybe they should have let him die.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
Yeah, of course I'm exaggerating. He didn't say that exactly, but he was very like chill about that. So and yeah, and here you have the kids sitting outside, you know, and like yeah, I mean, I think this is a running theme here that like Harold, you know, well-meaning, but he definitely didn't give any attention to his son at all. Either one of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he's really not looking after Hyrule either.
Yeah. Good pussy may have saved him, but he did not save the stuff that came out of that good pussy.
It only saved him. You know, it didn't. It didn't. He's not considering everything else.
It's so true. Good pussy taketh, and good pussy giveth back.
I know.
Wow.
I am really hung up on like that he shaved his head. There's gotta be something.
It's weird,
to
right? It makes him look like kind of evil and shit. Like it's like some dark shit. I don't know.
Because we know he takes his horns off later. It must be some cultural thing.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the horns. I wonder if he's gonna come into a point where he realizes, like, okay, I'll give you a random example. Okay, you fuck with Doctor Who ever? British sci-fi show.
I've never seen it.
So, okay, do you know the concept that he's like an
yeah,
alien
I know
that,
the
like,
general
looks human. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know about regeneration?
No.
Oh, okay. So the way that the show kind of continues is like it's been going since the 60s, right?
Yeah, I know it's a new doctor every time, if that's what you mean.
Yeah,
I just don't really know how that works.
He's something that's like indicative to his species is that when they're like gravely injured, their bodies heal themselves and rewrite every like cell in their body and rewrite their DNA, basically.
Okay.
So, you know, it's basically, so the idea is it's the same brain, right? They have all the same memories, but a different casing. But it is also like one of the things that was shown is that their favorite foods can change, right? So like when the 11th Doctor first popped in, half of his first episode is him trying to figure out what his new favorite food is, because things that he used to love tastes like shit now because his taste buds are different, right?
Yeah.
Super interesting. So he's got all the same memories. He's the same guy, but like he's gonna act different because like the brain is structured differently. He might have a different personality quirks, shit like that.
Yeah.
So the newest Doctor, it was a black man for the first time. So they had a couple stories about how he's treated differently in certain areas and times now, given that he's a black man now. And there's a really powerful one where he's trying to save this society. They're literally like a bubble society. They live in like a bubble, and like something goes wrong with it, and all these like creatures are about to like storm in and like kill them all. And I'm simplifying a lot, obviously, for the sake of time here, but essentially, like, you know, he's like, I have my ship, I can take you all to safety right now, but this society is like a white supremacist society, we find out towards the end.
Yeah.
And like they literally won't even like get in with him just because he's black. They're like, no, like they would rather like brave the elements just because of their hatred. So like you have this moment where this like ancient, wise, many thousand-year-old alien is just like realizing that these people won't be, they're walking into their deaths because of the color of my skin. And he has like this really good crash out about it. Like he's just screaming about it, and he's just like so upset that he can't save these people because of their own ignorance. And all that to say, I'm wondering if we're gonna get a moment like that when it comes to Harold and his ancient giant genes, right? Like if maybe there's a big moment where like he almost gets what he wants, he almost like connects his people to the world, joins the world government, but they're like, ooh, scary horns, you know what I mean? Like I could even see a situation where like he's up there at the Reverie, he's having the meeting, and then like some random celestial dragon is like, he scares me, I don't like it, send him away. And then they're like, sorry man, and you heard him, it's some random fucking like, you know, incest baby over here said we can't, so we can't. And you know what I mean?
Yeah. Didn't someone mention something about his appearance? Like, wouldn't he rather be like, doesn't Rock say it?
Remind me. What was said?
I'm looking for it. Maybe I'm just misremembering something.
In this chapter or a different one?
It might be this chapter. It might be another. I think it's another chapter. I think Rock says like. I think it's last chapter or the chapter before that. Rock says like, "Hey, you've got ancient giants blood. Shouldn't you be out there like fighting with us rather than doing politics or whatever?"
Yeah, I just wonder if it comes to if he has like a monumental crash out moment where like he's sitting there, he's doing paperwork and philanthropy and politics and he just for one too many times hears someone be like, "Oh, you're like a savage. Like why would we trust you?" And it's like, "Oh, do you think that because of these fucking horns? Well, fuck these horns then." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you ever read Beastars? I love Beastars.
I haven't either.
Read Beastars if you're looking for just a goddamn experience. I'll tell you what. I'll go more into it later, but there's one of my favorite moments. So essentially, the main character of Beastars, Legoshi, is a self-hating. What's the word I'm thinking of? There's like
Predator or prey?
Carnivore. That's what it is.
Okay.
I was like herbivore, carnivore. He's a self-hating carnivore, right? He craves meat, but he hates that about himself because so like it's a modern society of animal people where they have ways to like deal with their cravings. They can like buy meat at the store, you know what I mean? But every once in a while there's like there's like a crime that happens where like a carnivore like just eats a fucking herbivore alive, right? So there's like a dynamic where like the herbivores are really terrified of the carnivore. It's kind of the same dynamic as like women and men, right? Like would you rather be alone in the woods with a man or a bear type shit? So there's a moment where there's a herbivore who's talking to him, and it's a horse, which is like it's one of the only herbivores that's like can kind of stand up for themselves because horses are fucking brick shit houses, and the horse is like, oh, you say you want to get better, you say you want to change. I don't trust you. I don't trust your people. Fuck you. I don't remember exactly. I read it back in like 2019, but basically to like prove a point, like Legoshi like he pulls his fucking canines out. Like he literally pulls like his teeth out, and he's like, I don't fucking need him anymore. Like if like he's so. A lot of the story is his struggle to like cold turkey meat altogether.
Yeah.
But I love moments like that. So when I saw that he pulled his horns out, I was very excited to see that moment. I'm really looking forward to that moment, and I'm hoping it is something like that where he's like rejecting his blood. He's like, I am not fucking defined by this blood that's in me. Okay, I have chosen to be better. I've chosen to be different. Stop fucking looking at me for what I look like, or what my ancestors did. I'm so excited for that.
I am excited for that too. It's also, we mentioned it before, I think, just offhandedly. We see Kong. We see everyone like younger, which is I think it's nice to see.
I agree. Yeah, hopefully they'll do something at some point.
I mean, Garb's already done a lot. Sengoku.
Yeah, I meant Kong.
Oh, Kong. I don't think we'll ever see Kong do anything.
He's like a secretary at this point.
It's just I think it's just a cool detail of that, like,
it's world building detail, yeah.
Yeah, this guy was an admiral before everybody, and, that's it.
Alright, you ready for more Goon Piece?
Oh my god, Goon Piece.
So first important thing is we get ugly ass Katakuri in the background, and I'm so excited about it.
Oh, yeah, well, first they say Shaki quits, but yeah. We see.
Fuck, bro. Okay, listen. I'm putting my foot down here. We cannot do this order thing. Okay,
fair,
fair. It stifles. We gotta just talk as we talk. If I miss something, you can bring it back. But you're fucking the flow up. We got.
I was about to bring it right back because not only did we see Katakuri, we see Oven and Daifuku.
Oh yeah, but Katakuri's the one I care about. So
that's fair. Dude, he's chilling. He's chilling up there.
Yeah, just fucking standing on your mom's shoulder as she's getting crunk, dude.
Oh my god.
I love, but dude, she must have okay. Oh, we have to talk about this. This line where she's like you'd know anything about the pain of love. You crank out kids like popcorn.
Yeah.
Get her ass, Glorious.
I know, it's true. Because how many kids of Katakuri is the
third?
Well, Perispera is the first son, and then Daifuku,
and then there's the eldest daughter. There's Compo, the eldest daughter.
Right, and then I think they're Katakuri, Daifuku, Oven. They're triplets. They're the second, third, and fourth sons, I believe.
Oh yeah, and then by the time God Valley happens, apparently like Tekking was going over the timeline. She has like, because she has like a bunch of kids. Like I think she has like 20 by the time God Valley happens or something.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So again, as a reminder, okay, because I went and reread the SBS about this. What Big Mom is doing is very, very bad. Like,
Oh yeah.
like it's one of those things where like it's already bad, but if you need a like a visual or I don't know, like a metaphor or what's the word I'm looking for here, like a thought experiment to realize how bad it is, flip the genders around, right? So what Big Mom does is she kidnaps men. Like some of them are consensual, but like a lot of them, she's kidnapping men, sucking their nut out and then kicking them out, essentially. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's and because she looks at it as like fucking Tamagotchi, you know, she's like trying to get a kid of every race. Like that's her whole deal.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Also, it just while we're on this, isn't I don't think it's confirmed at all by any means, but I'm pretty sure there's the theory that Stroizen is Perospero's father.
Oh, absolutely.
The first guy.
It's almost confirmed.
Yeah.
They look so similar, and what I like about that is how fucking dark it is.
Yeah, because he groomed Big Mom.
The most dictionary definition of grooming you could possibly imagine.
Yeah, quite
he found her. He saw that shit. He saw her eat her fucking friends and family,
and he was like, "Oh yeah."
And I don't think he. Okay, I'll give him this. I don't think he saw that and was like, "I'm gonna fuck that."
But he saw that and was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna take advantage of this." Yeah, like
absolutely, and the fact that he chose. And by the way, if you do the ages. You know, she had Perospero like right when she was 18. So like the implication is that Stroizen was like he had that shit on a fucking timer, and he was like, and you're 18 now.
Yeah,
very weird. Yeah,
I know.
And that means like he taught her everything, right? Like he was the one that was like, hey, let's go do this. I'm sure your mother Caramel would love it if you did this.
Yeah,
you're gonna build your utopia as long as I'm like a big part of it.
Funnily enough, this is such a. Because this ties into like the rock stuff too. This is basically Bucking and Weevil in like the modern day, flipped, which is interesting because Stussy was also on the Rocks Pirates.
Yeah. Wow,
I think that's interesting. Like she saw that.
Good parallel.
Yeah, she's like kind of gone down the same route as Stroizen, which I think is interesting. That begs the question: is Weevil even Whitebeard's son? I don't think we still don't know that.
I think my it seems pretty clear to me that Weevil is a failed Whitebeard clone.
Yeah, that's definitely that makes sense.
Especially she was hanging out with Vegapunk and Queen in the early Mads days.
Yeah, I did see a post. I forget where it was or who it was by.
And then Vegapunk had also mentioned that Stussy was their first successful clone. So that implies there were failed fucked clones. So it's pretty obvious to me, because think about it, right? She's obsessed with Whitebeard. Whitebeard never looked her way. So she's like, can you take some of my DNA and some of Whitebeard's DNA and give us a child, please, since he would never sleep with me? Like, I could see it, bro.
I did see a post, too. Again, I forget where it was or who it was by. Suggesting that Weevil was Queen's kid because they look very similar and have the same color hair and everything. I don't know how the timelines line up for that.
To me again, like I know it's not been confirmed, but I almost basically like made it my headcanon at this point. I thought it was basically like well accepted that Weevil was a failed clone of Whitebeard. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd actually be interesting.
I'm like 99% sure that that's what it is. To be honest with you.
Probably. I think it'd be interesting, though, if he actually was Whitebeard's biological kid.
I don't think so, bro. I don't think Whitebeard was laying pipe like that.
I don't know. He might have been.
I don't see it. I don't see. He doesn't seem to be into Stussy at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's into Shocky because everyone's into Shocky. But
I guess.
To me, the thing with Whitebeard is what he wanted was a lot more pure than that. He wanted like a familial thing. He wanted like I don't know. I don't know, bro. I think
it's not like Roger, who is very clearly like, I want a son. Whitebeard.
It would lower my opinion of Whitebeard if he like gave in to Stussy, because like it doesn't seem like he wants to. That would mean that he was like, all right, fine.
Yeah. I think
if it'll shut you up, I'll dick you down.
Yeah, it was probably a clone.
Me making a centralized 9.8 earthquake right over Stussy's clit.
Oh my god. Real though.
Blast the clit off. Like
he would do that. He would. I mean, I don't know.
Bro, Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he could use his powers to like you just basically he just like makes an earthquake bubble like over his two fingers and then like jams them in.
Dude, I was saying he's putting that shit on his dick. Like, he's just going in.
Oh my god.
That shit's rumbling,
Yeah.
dude. Come on.
The rumble. Yeah. That makes sense. Wow. Yeah, okay. I mean, look, I could see. See, now we're in fanfic territory, but it'd be funny if he was just like trying to get her to shut the fuck up, and he was like, oh, "Fucking, clearly you need to come. All right, you're losing your mind." No, Stussy time. Not Stussy time. Shocky time.
Yeah, Shocky just shows up.
So this is interesting, right? Like, what is the vibe we're getting here? Was she just not all about the responsibility of being the empress? You know, because like, it's pretty clear that she didn't get the love sickness. She's the one that didn't, right? I think to me it just feels like she was like, yeah, you know, I like some people just want to grill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting the I just want to grill vibe from Shocky. Like she did politics for 2 years and she was like, oh, this is awful. I hate this. Sorry, Tritoma. I know you're like fucking 16, but bye.
Yeah, I really get the vibe that she just wanted to run a bar. Like, that's it. That was just her dream.
Oh, good.
I was gonna say, that's just what she wanted to do. She wanted to settle down, run a bar, and I think she figured, well, all these pirate guys want me. Let me just set up shop on their island and make a shit ton of money.
So good. Yeah, they'll fucking build everything for me. They'll fucking like roll the red carpet out. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
It's so funny. And it also feels like she's schmoozing up, like she's being very intelligent and like schmoozing up to the person in charge here instantly, right? She's like, oh, Rox, you should be my first customer. You know what I mean? Like locking in her place here. And the fact that by the way, I don't know if you noticed this, it looks almost identical to the one on Sabaody. So it's like they like moved the building over or just like recreated it.
I imagine they just recreated it.
Yeah. That's
like,
cool, I mean, giants exist. Someone could just like pick it up.
My headcanon is for like how it got to Sabaody is she was like once I think what's his name Wangji Ochoku whatever like took over Pirate Island. That's kind of when she had to leave because he like kicked her out whatever. But there were a bunch of like mucks from the Rocks pirates are just on Pirate Island that were like, oh we'll set it up for you, Shaggy.
We'll follow you anywhere.
Yeah, they went over there and set it up for her.
I like the idea of it, but then you have to explain why Ochoko ain't into Shocky. Hold on, is he in this chapter? Does he react to Shocky in any way, or no? Is he in this chapter or in this part here? I don't see him. I'm looking. I don't see him.
Shiki, Captain John.
I see Captain John. I see Silverax. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not
fucking Whitebeard. Okay, here's the headcanon, bro. Ochoko is gay.
Maybe. Is that because that's
I'm
John?
Kidding, obviously.
Hey, it's I don't know. Maybe he's just not into it. Because
it would just be really funny if, like, you know, so like he takes over the island and Shocky's like, oh, this will be easy. I'll just swoon him, and he's just like, get out of here, bitch. I don't care about you. It's like she's like, what?
Yeah. No, yeah, he's not in there. Interesting.
Ochoko is secretly an Okama.
I don't buy it.
I don't either. Well, it's funny to imagine.
Well, that's why I went like that.
All right. Let's see. God, can we appreciate the side boob from Shocky in her bar attire?
Yeah. Correct. That's it.
I do like this dynamic though, right? Because like they're all living in this is just like a dirty, grimy, mucky place, and then here it's like a star, and they're just like, oh, she's really cleaning up the place.
Well, while you mention the side boob, that dress is riding high.
Oh, dude, and you know she is going pantyless. I refuse to believe that there is anything under there.
Yeah, she's just letting it all out. Crazy.
And in One Piece world, like, because there's constant. Oda loves the like women smell good joke. You notice that? Like, which like they smell good in real life because they're wearing like many perfumes and like they have all these fancy little soaps. But like I'll tell you what, bro, stank is stank, no matter the gender. Okay, if you've smelled yourself an unwashed pussy, it still stinks.
Yeah,
so
not
like
great.
but
I was gonna say. Well, on that, right? I can buy that for like Nami and Robin because the Sunny has a bath and they use it every day.
Yes.
I don't buy that for Shaggy because she was on the Kuja pirate ship, and I know that thing does not have a bath on it.
they're probably these men are probably so deprived and like lacking pussy that they probably smell it and they're like, yeah.
Oh, they're all. I mean, look at the bottom panel. They're all just locked in. That's it, bro.
It's so fucking funny to see rocks like that, bro.
It's hilarious. It's awesome. I know the power scalers are mad. They're seething, and it's great.
Yeah, well, hey, man, it's like I don't know what to tell you. You know, people have their weaknesses. You know. Oh my god, it's so fucking. And keep in mind too, like this isn't like a Sanji situation. Sanji will react like this to any woman.
Yeah.
This is just Shaki. This is just because it's Shaki. You give Rox an 8 out of 10 woman, he's not gonna do this. You know what I mean? He'll kill that bitch in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
This is because it's Shaki. Like that's the only reason.
Yeah. No, I stand by that too. Like, because you got to think, would Rox even listen to like Ida, for example, if Harold didn't care about her? No, he wouldn't.
No. Yeah, he was. I mean, he was in the room. He didn't go like, "Ooh, milady." You know what I mean? So if anyone's worried about him being like a Sanji type, Shaki was manipulating reality with how beautiful she was. Like flowers wilted, birds fucking dropped dead. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What?
All right, and now we have the elders being like, "All right, kill Rox and you're in." So that's interesting. Where do we go from here, right?
Well, clearly it doesn't happen. But like, why?
Well, how close does it? You know, does he consider it? Does it? Yeah.
What's like how close do things get, and what is the fallout of how those things happen that result in where we get to now, right? Because obviously it doesn't happen, but like, how did we get to the scene at the start of this flashback where Harold's getting stabbed by 50 people in the throne room? Like,
yes, and like, how do we? I'm curious to see how this fucks with their relationship, because at least Rox is still like my best buddy, my pal, right? So like, I wonder if someone ever will tell Harold like, hey, yeah, I remember how Loki was like fucked up? That was Rox. I feel like if he found that out, he could maybe be a little bit in a better place to kill Rox. You know, if he found out all the shit Rox has been doing, maybe he would be willing to be like, yeah, fuck this guy.
And it's also, because it's not just the one time either. Like, we know he beats the shit out of Loki regularly. Rox does.
yeah, because Loki keeps being like, "Let me join you."
Yeah.
But then again, we do have that line where Harold's like, "Oh yeah, you know, my piece of shit son Loki teach him a lesson."
Yeah, I don't know if he'd like really hate that.
Yeah. Well, you know, he shouldn't have been down there in the primordial realm.
He shouldn't have been attacking people. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh shit, yeah. Maybe Rox would just be like, "Oh, you don't understand, Harold. Your son was releasing a bunch of animals into the village. I had to stop him."
He came after me, like self-defense.
He moved his fucking hand real fast. I was scared. I was scared for my life.
Yeah, and it's like, aren't you like? Didn't you? Never mind. It's like when we met, we were evenly matched. What are you talking about? Like.
Son's got gross fucky eyes. I don't like his eyes.
Harold might be like, yeah, you're right. I mean,
we don't even know if Harold's seen his eyes, by the way. That's how bad of a father.
No, he's seen them, right?
No, there's never been a moment on panel where he's seen them. He came back, and the bandages were already on, and then the doctors lied to him and said, "Oh yeah, he was born with a condition that fucks." What did they say? They didn't say his eyes look nasty. They said something like, "Oh yeah, it's his sight's fucked up" or something. I thought they said. Let me double check.
I think they just said like he has a condition that his eyes are just messed up. Like I don't think they.
I thought
they just look funny.
No, I thought they fucking lied to him, bro. I remember that being like a big thing in Tech King's review, that they were like, it felt like they were hiding it from Harold. Let me find this. Let me find it. I'm scrolling back. Feel free to talk while I'm looking. Oh, here we go. He has a condition that affects his eyes. Well, he could see, but ... And then he says, "Understand, what a pity." So, I don't know. To me, it feels like he didn't get the full story.
Yeah, I could see that. I think that's up for interpretation.
He also doesn't know what happened with him, like, getting thrown to the fucking primordial realm, because he says, "Oh, you have a lot of scrapes. Well, what happened?" You know?
Yeah, he doesn't know that. He doesn't, because that was Astrid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't know that.
Interesting.
All
right.
Doesn't this chapter also confirm Shaki's the treasure? like of Pirate Island.
Oh yeah, we do got to talk about that. Yeah. Dude, that's crazy. Is she the only treasure? Because like what? Okay, so the devil fruits that are on God Valley, are these just things that the government had then? Like that was I guess that was just Oda's like masterful red herring for what the treasure was.
Well, yeah, I don't know. That's such an interesting like.
I fucking love it, bro.
Oh, it's hilarious.
What have I said? It's like one of my running things that I say on this review on 100 Girlfriends, that like women don't understand the power they wield. You know, that I said this in the last review. I said like pussy can move mountains, pussy can start and end wars, pussy can cause genocides. You know what I'm saying?
Literally,
Thanos,
giant genocide.
Thanos killed half the population to try to get some of that Grim Reaper pussy. You know what I'm saying?
He did.
So what I'm saying is, here we have yet another example of men's libidos causing just the biggest incident in the history of the One Piece world. Just everyone, and that now we know why Roger showed up as well. It's so funny. Like
it was all for Shaki. So this confirms something really funny to me. Not seriously, but just jokingly. Garp is gay because Roger and Rox showed up for Shaki, and then Garp showed up because Roger.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it seems like Garp was able to kind of, lock in a little harder. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think
I'm joking because obviously Garp has dragon, right? But
yeah. Well, hold on. There's such a thing as a beard.
But you know what I
mean. Yeah, no, obviously. So we don't know who Luffy's grandma is, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, do we get the vibe that like he must not still be with her? It must have been like a fling, right?
Yeah, I don't imagine Garp ever got married or anything like that. Especially as like a man in the line of duty. Like, I feel like he wouldn't have wanted to settle down.
Right, and then the second he has, the second Luffy exists, he was just, we don't even know what he did with Dragon, but with Luffy, he's just like, I'm gonna throw you on this island, I don't got time to fucking raise you.
Yeah, well, also Dragon was worried about raising Luffy, because we kind of get that from the...
They're all in particular situations where Luffy could be in danger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is interesting. I think probably, honestly, being serious, I think Garp probably just... Garp strikes me as someone who had his moment in the youth. He slammed a couple girls and he was like, well, I've had my fill of that. Back to the line of duty.
I can see there being a woman Garp loved, kind of like Roger and Rouge.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like a long-term thing.
I see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean now we know. Interesting. So that means, I mean, this is very in line with what the Celestial Dragons do, right? They kidnapped Kuma's, I shouldn't say Kuma's wife because they never got married, but
Ginny, yeah.
Did they get? I know that she said we should get married. They never did. They never
did. No.
Okay. Yeah. So they yoinked Ginny, right? Because she was pretty, presumably.
Yeah.
And so I mean, it makes sense that like some fucking Celestial Dragon was like, I want Shaki, and they're like, oh, she's very well protected, and they're like, I don't care. Send the Gods Knights.
Yeah. No, I very much see that being what happened. Just
you know what that means? That the winner of that like culling games or whatever, I don't remember what they called them. The games
where hunting they, like, contest.
Citizens. The winner of that, does that mean that like Shaki was one of the prizes that they could have chosen? Like just some real human trafficking shit?
I guess so, yeah.
Wow. I mean, it's in line with what they do.
It's not surprising.
Do you think Garling would have been like, Shaki, please?
I think it'd be really funny if he got the hard eyes for Shaki.
Well, it's crazy because like I assume like all of those devil fruits were like consolatory prizes, and then Shaki was the main prize. But then you know what happened. So like,
well, also
that means
who knows?
Yeah, that means because Roger's there. So I bet Rayleigh is like really involved with saving her in this moment.
That might be the moment that like
she falls in love with him.
Yeah, like because I think they kind of had like a teasing thing before, but that might be like the moment.
Well, I think it's going to be yet again another situation. Like, imagine you're so beautiful that you're literally getting trafficked. You know?
Yeah.
And then you have like a guy who again just like treats you as like a human being who's scared and wants to be saved, right? Yeah. I imagine Rayleigh, Roger's probably also like oh yeah, I'm saving you, but like, can you join my crew, please? And they're like, oh my god, you fucking shut! I just got kidnapped, you know. And then like, I imagine Rayleigh is the only one that's like, ignore him. Where do you want to go? I'll drop you off somewhere. Where do you want to go?
I can't wait to see shitty Twitter posts or whatever about how like if Shocky got like trafficked, this takes away her autonomy or whatever. Where it's like, man, come on, we've been through this.
It was probably the God's Knights. They're pretty damn.
That's what I'm saying, and they're also immortal.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing you could do. Yeah.
There's nothing you can do. So
love it. All right, you got any final thoughts here, my friend?
I don't think I do. I'm just kind of going over the chapter again to see if there's anything that pokes out as super, important or whatever, but I think
just
that's about
them
it.
Shocky pitties leading into them Shocky titties,
Oh yeah. That's important.
It's pretty important. I mean, clearly, right? I mean, like those Shocky titties seemingly led to one of the most important incidents in the history. I can't get over that. It's so crazy.
It's literally
this is such an Oda move.
Yeah. I guess
Oda's
just that locking in my prediction that Ochoku is the traitor of the Rocks Pirates. I mean, I feel like they're all kind of traitors in a way.
It would make sense. Yeah.
But I think it's Ochoku.
You think Ochoku was born in Wano?
No, I don't think that's a grave. I think that's
you don't think it's the same person? Okay,
no, I think that's a separate whole separate thing.
That's fair. Okay, yeah, I don't know if I have a prediction because like you said, I feel like they all to an extent would be like, but I guess it's like who was acting on it, right?
Yeah, because my thing is like, if shit hits the fan, yeah, they're all gonna go their own way, which is kind of what happens at God Valley.
Yeah. Oh, he's dead. We're free.
Yeah. Like, well,
the Davy Mac fight doesn't mean anything anymore.
They're like, well, gigs up, boys. Let's head out. And they all just start their own shit.
I imagine Whitebeard was really glad. He's like, oh my god, finally, bro.
I can finally get away from these losers.
Whitebeard clearly wants like a more chill vibe in his crew. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think it'd be very funny if like Rocks goes down and they're all like, well, time to head out. And then Stussy's like, take me with you, Newgate. And he's like, later.
Yeah, it is funny, though. I now remember that, like, Whitebeard definitely has some kind of libido because he chose to have a bunch of, like, sexy nurses treating him.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
I think he just finds Stussy annoying because she is kind of annoying, right? I mean, like, this, like,
she feels like
someone and they're like, yeah.
She feels like a pick-me girl, doesn't she?
Yes. Or, honestly, yeah. Or I don't know if femcel would be the right term, but
not really. She's just kind of like,
right,
hey,
she's definitely got the ability to get fucked if she wanted to.
Oh yeah, she's just like hey, pay attention to me, and Whitebeard's like, I'm good, like I'm all right. She's like, well, even Gloriosa calls her out on it, right? Yeah, way back, like during like the first when we get like the big spread, seeing all the God Valley and everything. Gloriosa's like, you're sucking up to Newgate.
Yeah, I know you because I'm doing the same thing with Roger, all right?
Yeah, literally.
Oh, wow. But yeah, I think one last thing about Katakuri, it's crazy to me that like the first batch of like Big Mom's kids grew up on Hachinosu. Like,
yeah.
So like when you go back and see Katakuri's flashback, I think that means that they grew up on Hachinosu. You know what I mean? Because they wouldn't have had like the archipelago at this point.
Well, when does his crew get abolished? It's 38 years ago, right?
Yeah, so how long ago was Katakuri's flashback? Anyone remember? Like the one with Brule?
Well, what is in this flashback here? This is 40.
He's much younger.
This is 42 years ago. And he's like toddler.
5, maybe? Let me see.
I imagine Katakuri in his flashback would be like 10.
So it's like 5 years later.
Yeah, I think it's after God Valley, just based off the architecture.
Yeah, Katakuri is 48, so he is 5.
In the God Valley?
Or 6. He's 5 or 6. Yeah, no, right now. Because you said this is 42 years, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so he would be 5 or 6, depending.
Okay, then I see his like 4 years later puts him at like 8 or 9, right? 10. I see that stuff happening another couple of years later. Do we know how old he is?
Yeah, he's 48. I just.
Well, I mean, how old he was in the what we see of him in the Whole Cake flashback.
I'm gonna see if I can find it. Because that flashback was it after the fight or before? I can't remember because it was when him and
he was 10 years old in the Whole Cake
found it.
flashback.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So yeah, so that would be like 4 years from now.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rocks would have been well and gone. I wonder,
It's after
did
the
she
rock
like
stuff.
instantly? Did she instantly go back and like start forming her like archipelago after the rock shit? I wonder.
I'd imagine so, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, I mean, God, man, like the timeline shit. It's a massive undertaking to keep all this
Yeah.
timeline in order.
Yeah.
So impressive.
I wonder what he uses. I mean, I'm sure he just has, like, you know, whatever notes, but I'd be curious to see that timeline. Like,
I know he's said in the past that he's very grateful for the wikis.
yeah.
So I know that he uses the wikis to remember all the moves characters have as well.
Yeah. Well, I imagine he's got the timeline straight, but,
Oh yeah,
like,
big fucking folder.
moves and other stuff, yeah, I can imagine not really, like...
Yeah, I mean, like when he has a flashback that says like, oh, it's 40 years ago. I'm sure he goes and looks like, all right, who's been born at this point? How many kids does Big Mom have? Let me make sure that people know that I remembered.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got all that stuff straightened out. But yeah,
I think we covered it well, and we only went off topic in the very beginning.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you have if you would like to open a pickle jar for Shocky, you should like and subscribe.
Yeah. Every like and subscribe helps loosen the jar a little bit more for the next guy.
It's true, yeah. And you don't know. I mean, you just got to keep subscribing because you don't know if it'll be you, the one that gets it open and gets like a thank you wink from Shocky.
If you want to save Shocky from God Valley, like and subscribe.
From human traffic. Lord have mercy. Oh, God. Insane. We said this before, but like the way that Oda is able to like balance... He has such funny moments, but he's so confident in diving into like super dark topics, you know? I feel like a lot of authors would be scared to like hop back and forth that quickly, you know?
Yeah, well, not Oda, he does it. And that's because Oda likes and subscribes, by the way. That's what he does.
Just like Nakamura watches my 100 Girlfriends reviews, Oda is definitely watching our new... I checked right before we got on here, 99 reviews on Redditor Roger. We almost hit 100.
Oh, nice. Close. Well, hopefully Redditor Rocks pushes us over 100.
Redditor Rocks! Let's go!
I think that's a good note to end on. We'll see you for
goodbye, everyone.
11:50.
There's another break, so we'll see. Maybe
awesome.
we can. Maybe we'll have time to. It's like some holiday in Japan. Maybe we'll have time to actually do some kind of discussion or something, like a previous arc discussion.
We'll see. If not, 11:58 in 2 weeks.
See ya. I'm so excited to get back to like this is a great stuff, but like it's like I keep remembering like what's happening in Elbath right now, like the Dami Reversi, the fucking like emu just fucking like.
So you're telling he's like Irene's like Loki. Why are you telling me about the treasure of Pirate Island? What does that have to do with anything?
In order to understand my backstory, you have to understand my dad's backstory, and in order to understand my dad's backstory, you gotta understand why Rocks was gooning for Shocky.
You have to understand why Silver Axe and Golden Lion Shiki hated each other.
You have to... how did you know about the parts you weren't there for?
All right, that's it, folks. Right. We'll see you.